Hello everyone, I am Palak. Welcome to Arpita Sharma classes. We are starting Current Affairs Compilation MCQ lecture series wherein we will compile current affairs from all the important sources like the Hindu and PIB. Before we begin, here is a small announcement. You can access Arpita Sharma ma'am's Unacademy Plus classes on art and culture and revising current affairs through MCQ for prelims 2020 and 2021. Subscribe to Unacademy Plus and use code SHARMA20 to get 10% discount. The link is given below in the description box. Okay guys, here is the quote of the day to keep you guys motivated. So stay motivated, energize yourself and work hard. Okay, so let's begin now. Consider the following regarding OPEC. First, India become the associate member of OPEC. Second, current headquarters of OPEC is in Geneva, Switzerland. And third, OPEC is a UN organization created in Baghdad Conference in 1960. Which of the following are true, guys? Please attempt the question. Okay, so answer here is D. OPEC was established in 1960 in Baghdad Conference by Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Venezuela and Saudi Arabia. OPEC is intergovernmental organization. Its headquarters was in Geneva for first 5 years, but currently it is in Geneva. And its objective is to coordinate and unify petroleum policy and secure fair and stable prices. It also ensures efficient economic and regular supply and ensure fair return to the capital. India is not the associate member of OPEC. Next question. Consider the following statement. UNWTO Global Summit 2019 was held in Seoul, South Korea. I'm sorry guys if I pronounced it wrong, but please cooperate with me. And second, the theme of the summit was Smart Cities, Smart Destination. Which of the following is true? Okay, so answer here is B. UNWTO summit was held at Kazakhstan in October 2019 on urban tourism in Nur Sultan. The theme was Smart City, Smart Destination. 80 countries were the participants, and the declaration was adopted to increase the popularity of cities as a tourist destination and to preserve its culture and improve socio-economic condition. Also, issues like sustainability, accessibility and urban management were discussed upon. Next question. Which of the following country is latest to join IMF and World Bank? Everyone do try to attempt the question. Okay, so answer here is C. The Republic of Nauru. The Republic of Nauru is the latest to join the IMF and World Bank. It is the 189th member of IMF and World Bank, and it is located in South Pacific Ocean. It becomes the second smallest member with respect to funds after Tuvalu. Its current subscription is of $2.81 million. Its economy is highly dependent on phosphate mining, Australian regional processing centers for asylum seekers, and from license fees for fishing. Also, the joining of country to IMF and World Bank will help to maintain the economic health of the country and to tackle the development challenges by implementing economic. Okay, next question. Which among the following reports are published by IMF? First, Fiscal Monitor. Second, Global Financial System Report. Third, World Economic Outlook. And fourth, Global Financial Stability Report. Okay, so answer here is B. World Economic Outlook, Fiscal Monitor and Global Financial Stability Reports are published by IMF, while Global Financial System Report is published by Bank of International Settlement. Okay guys, this is a static question. Next question. Consider the following. When a country's term of trade TOT value is less than 100%, then the country is accumulating more capital from export. And second, TOT represents the ratio between balance of trade to balance of payment. We have already covered balance of payment and balance of trade in our previous session. You can go and check that too and try to attempt this question. Okay, so answer here is D. Terms of trade, that is TOT, is export price of a country divided by import price of a country into 100. Because we are taking it in percentage, therefore we have to multiply it by 100. And when TOT is greater than 100, it means that the country is accumulating in income from export more than its spending to import. Okay. If it is greater than 100, that means the export of a country is higher than its spending to the import. So next question, which of the following is true? First, World Development Information Day was initiated by UN Conference on Trade and Development, and second, it is celebrated on 24th of October. Everyone do try to attempt the question. Okay, so answer here is C. The World Development Information Day was established in 1972 by UN Conference of Trade and Development. It is celebrated on 24th of October every year. On May 1972, UN Trade and Development proposed measures for information dissemination and mobilization of public opinion relative to the trade and development problems, which would lead to the greater awareness of problems in the path of development, which was passed in December 1972. The day is celebrated to draw the world's attention towards the development problems and the need to strengthen the international cooperation. Special Economic Zone (SEZ) has been declared as a foreign territory for the purpose of duties and taxes. Which of the following describes the best reason for the same? First, SEZ's goods are free from excise duty, and second, goods and services going to SEZ from the domestic traffic area DTA are treated as export, while third, goods and services coming from SEZ's area to domestic traffic area are treated as import. Which of the following best describes its reason? Everyone try to attempt the question. It's better if you try it here. Okay, so answer here is B. SEZs are the growth engine that boosts the manufacturing industries, promote exports and generate employment. It imparts a hassle-free operation regime by facilitating state-of-the-art technology and support service. The SEZs are declared as a foreign territory for the purpose of duties and taxes. Goods going to SEZ from DAT are considered as export. And goods coming from SEZs to DTA are considered as import. So next question, consider the following with reference to the most favored nation. The MFN status is governed by WTO's General Agreement on Tariff and Trade. Second, India has been awarded MFN status from all the WTO members. And third, it is non-discriminatory trade policy that ensures equal trading among WTO member rather than exclusive trading advantages. It's quite easy question. If you try to look at the option, you can very easily answer the question. So everyone do try to attempt the question. Okay, so answer here is B. Most favored nation status ensures each country is treated equally with some exceptions. Like first, free trade agreement for a good is allowed for the goods traded within the group. Second, discrimination in a limited circumstances is allowed for the member countries for services. And third, special access to the market is given to the member country. Fourth, barriers against the product can be raised if it is traded in unfairly manner. And fifth, all the exceptionals are given under strict condition. It is mandatory for WTO member countries to non-discriminate other nations with respect to custom duties and other levies under most favored nation status. However, extension and removal of the favor is the sole discretionary of the countries, of the member countries. In the MFN status is given by WTO's General Agreement on Trade and Tariff against the discriminating in each other and WTO countries. India is awarded MFN status from all the WTO members except Pakistan. Next question. Consider the following with reference to the Asian Development Bank. The bank admits the member of Asia Pacific region. Second, Japan holds the largest proportion of shares. And third, its regional development bank headquarters is at Manila and Philippines. Which of the following is correct, guys? Okay, so answer here is B. Asian Development Bank is a regional bank established in 1966. Its headquarters is in Ortigas in the city of Malyong, Manila and Philippines. Guys, I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but it is really difficult to pronounce. And it promotes social and economic development of Asia. The members are from United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asian Pacific and from non-regional developed countries. It has 68 members currently. The voting weightage system in Asian Development Bank depends upon the proportion of the capital subscription. Currently, Japan holds largest proportion and Asian Development Bank is the official United Nations observer? Okay, so last question for the day. Who publishes Global Slavery Index? Global Slavery Index is published by whom? Okay, so answer here is C. Global Slavery Index is published by Walk Free Foundation. According to the report, 1.6 victims for every 1,000 people are there. India holds 53 rank with North Korea. And Global Slavery Index in 2018 estimated nearly 8 million people living in modern slavery in India. Okay, that's it for the day. Here's the announcement. You can access Arpita Sharma Ma'am's courses, that is on Art and Culture Crash Course and Revising Current Affairs through MCQ for UPSC CSC 2020 and 2021. Use code SHARMA20 and get 10% discount. The link is given below in the description box below. Also, the PDF for the today's session would be given in the Telegram app, whose link is also given below. And everyone, do comment your marks obtained. Thank you everyone. I hope you like the video. Thank you.